Hi folks, we're Travel with Johnny and Will, and we're currently on board Royal Caribbeans Anthem of the Seas. So this is our video about our cabin, and we basically booked a GTY cabin, which is a guaranteed cabin. We had no idea where it was going to be on the ship, and it was allocated to us, I think it was about a couple of weeks before we were due to travel. But basically, if you're looking at a balcony cabin with an ocean view, that is the cheapest way, obviously, to get one. So our cabin was on deck 12, and it was cabin 138.
So we're just going to show you now a little summary video of the entire cabin, and after we show you that, we're going to give our thoughts about the cabin after staying in it for 1 week.
So after we've been here for a week, we're due to get off today, and we've totally wrecked the cabin, so it's not as tidy now as what it looks like in the video. So we're going to first of all start chatting about the bathroom. Now, I found the bathroom to be of a decent enough size in terms of the shower itself.
Yeah, the shower was a really comfortable size.
You know, it was good size in terms of being able to move around without literally banging your shoulders all the time.
And there's a little tow bar at the bottom for a wee foot rest. Put your foot up if you want to, wash.
And the pressure itself in the shower, it was really good. Royal Caribbean do supply you with a shower and hair wash. It's not a particular brand or anything that we know of, because obviously the dispenser literally just says Royal Caribbean.
Yeah. So that was a wee bit disappointed, I guess. Other like P&O, we've recently come back from P&O and they have the White Company products in their shower. But yeah, I mean, it was a good enough product for us. We used it, so it was fine.
Yeah.
Other things to mention within the bathroom are there's a shaver socket, and there's definitely lots of different like sizes within that. So I think you should be able to fit whatever shaver you have into that.
There's plenty of little storage spaces as
Yes,
well.
up on the left, yeah. And then even below as well. And then there's a few hooks behind the door. And there's actually one within the shower itself, which I thought was unusual. The other thing that we thought was missing was usually within the shower, they'll have a little washing line you can pull out and put a few of your clothes up. Say you've went swimming and you want to dry off your swimming costume. We didn't see that here. I'm not really sure why, but it just wasn't here. It was missing. And then do you want to chat about the nightlight?
Yeah, so there's a nightlight in the bathroom. So again, this is the second ship that we've encountered this on, it was quite good because it meant then that it was a sort of a dimmable light that came on during the night time whenever your light was switched off, and it meant then whenever you got up in the middle of the night, you could sort of find your way easy enough to the bathroom,
without turning any other light on.
Yeah, it was really handy. So the cabin itself. Immediately, whenever I walked in last week, I sort of thought, "Oh my goodness, this is long." It seems like I don't know about the square footage, but it seems as if it's like the biggest cabin we've sort of had in terms of its length, and that was sort of like the first thing that stood out to me. In terms of the bed, it has obviously the nice sort of rounded bottom on it, so it means that you're not like banging your
rounded
shins,
corners at your feet. Yeah,
in order to stop you banging your shins in the middle of the night getting up to go to the bathroom. And the bed was firm.
Yeah.
But we really liked it, and it was really comfortable, and none of the two of us had any trouble sleeping.
No, definitely not. Another thing to note is I'm just looking here now at the bed, and on previous cabins, between the end of the bed and the wall, it'd be quite a squeeze sometimes to get through there, and it's not. It's not here. Not. Do you know, because the cabin's so long, I think it's maybe slightly wider. It just feels big. And another thing that they do, and I'm just noticing it here now as well, there's the bed and there's the cupboard. They don't push the furniture right up to the edge of the bed, because I noticed before we would be passing each other and we'd be in the way of each other.
Yeah.
So there's definitely this thought out space, and everything's like is placed very well. It's definitely one of the better cabins we've been in for space and space management.
And there's like a 3-seater sofa as well, which can be converted into a single bed. Now our cabin's actually like a family connecting cabin, in that there's a door that connects us to the one next door, but it is locked. We haven't had any unwanted visitors.
No.
And then the TV. Do you want to chat about the TV?
So to be honest, in this cruise, we have rarely had the TV on. I think I turned it on once just to check the shipboard account. But yes, with the TV, there's obviously your safety information, which is good as just to remind yourself of your muster, and it actually comes up where your muster is along with your name, which is great. And then there's some video on demand. Unfortunately, all of this is to be paid for. Movies, I think, were $11.99. So yeah, video on demand, but you have to pay for it.
Yeah, we're just mentioning that because, obviously if you're travelling with kids and stuff, it might be worthwhile downloading stuff from Netflix and all before you come.
Then there's other ship info, like about breakfast and different venues. And then, of course, there is your onboard account, onboard spend, and you can check that, and that's updated like in real time.
obviously we have the balcony. The balcony has been a great size.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with sort of two chairs which can recline back a bit and a little table. I've enjoyed quite a few hours sitting out there just with my cold beverage. And it has been really pleasant just to sort of sit out there. We have had good enough weather, so it's been great.
Then another thing is the storage. So to the left of me here, there is like a wardrobe with a hanging section and shelves, two drawers below, and then to the right of Johnny here, just behind, you can see there's two hanging rails within that. And then in front of us, to the left of the desk, there's a series of drawers with your fridge. So there's a lot of storage, a lot of different storage options. So I honestly don't know how you couldn't think there was enough. And also just missing, there's two big massive storage units above the bed.
Yeah.
Which I almost feel is missing in a normal cabin where you need a third bed. There's definitely not enough room. So if someone could use that, then I just think that's great. It's definitely much more storage than we've ever seen in a cabin before.
Yep. And you have a little desk area, sort of doubles up as a dressing table because obviously you have a mirror right in front of it, and you've got plug sockets there too, that if you're wanting to dry your hair or anybody is going to straighten their hair, not that I would have enough, neither of us have enough hair to straighten, yeah, it's quite, and a little chair basically to go with it, which is super handy.
And in terms of the plugs at the desk, there's one European, there's two American style, there's two USB-A ports, and then by the side of the bed closest to the balcony, there is one American socket.
Which we haven't found too bad. Like
No.
We've had more plugs in other cabins we've stayed in, but it's been fine. And then the air conditioning has been super.
Really good.
Like we've had it obviously chilled to the lowest temperature we can get. And it's worked really, really well. And you can actually hear it literally knocking off whenever you open the balcony door, and vice versa, knocking back on whenever the balcony door is closed again.
And I think something that's different is normally they have it coming from near the bathroom out to the cabin, whereas this one is right behind the sofa. So I think that makes a difference in the way it cools the room, because it's cooling centrally instead of from one side.
So in terms of servicing our cabin, we met our cabin steward on day 2. Her name is Irish, which is quite funny because we're from Northern Ireland. And she introduced herself to us, and she also left us her little business card, which has a QR code on it as well. And the QR code on it, whenever you scan it, takes you obviously to the Royal Caribbean website, and it gives you like a list of things if you wanted to request to your cabin, like toilet paper, more towels, milk for your tea and coffee making facilities, things like that, that you can then make the request online. But every morning she was always very pleasant to us, to wish us good morning.
We've seen her a lot. Sometimes you don't see your cabin steward at all, but we've seen her a lot.
Yeah, and she did do an evening service, but we're not really sure what. There would have been times we would have come in and we would have found, like, say, fresh towels or something.
But the bed wouldn't have been made up.
The bed wouldn't have been turned down, or lamps left on, or anything like that, like a proper turn down service. So I think maybe she just sort of did come in maybe on some evenings and sort of poke her head in to make sure that everything was sort of sitting. But really nice lady, and has been very kind to us throughout our stay.
And so in terms of final thoughts for the cabin, as this is our first GTY guarantee cabin, is that right? And the value we got from this, I would say this is a top class cabin, and I would 100% stay in a cabin of this style again. Yeah, it's been really, really comfortable.
Yeah, we've been right at the front of the ship. Like literally, there's about 3 cabins between us and the bridge. So we probably have felt a wee bit more movement. But we're used to cruising now. This is our 20th cruise, so we don't really mind the movement that much. The other thing is just too that we have sort of forgotten to mention is that the door of your cabin opens outwards into the corridor. Which we found very strange, and actually for the first day or two we sort of kept pulling the door towards us, thinking it was broke, because we sort of forgot that it opened outwards. But that actually makes a big difference, because the door isn't opening inwards to your cabin and encroaching on your space a bit. But yeah, I really enjoyed our week in this cabin. It's been really comfortable. We've made, good use in terms of like the balcony and the sofa and things just for sitting,
The
up,
shower's
and
been really
the
good.
shower's been
The air
great.
conditioning's been. Normally we always pack a fan, like a portable fan. Hasn't even been out or
Yeah.
used
So
because the air conditioning's been that good.
certainly, we do think we would definitely just book the guaranteed cabin again.
Yeah.
Provided that obviously it's a guaranteed ocean view cabin, because obviously you can get guaranteed obstructed, and we would want to obviously have those beautiful sea
An
views.
ocean view balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So folks, thanks for watching our video. We hope you found it useful. And we hope that obviously you'll book a cruise with Royal Caribbean in the future, and we hope that you'll be happy in your cabin like we have been. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or a thumbs up down below, and subscribe to our channel please, as we hope to then reach our next milestone. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to be alerted the next time we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.